Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Josh Dell'Aria's Musical Escapades. My name's Josh Dell'Aria, and I have a very special presentation for you guys today. I actually got an email a few weeks ago from Alan Salomo of Advection Stride, and if you guys don't remember Advection Stride, I did another review of them way back in the beginning of the year. They made my top 20 last year, and I was just like, I gotta feature these guys, and they were awesome. To me, they are the best electronic band in existence right now. And they actually just released a new album, and Alan Salomo actually sent me over the entire album. So what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm actually going to give this whole album a first time listen, and I'm probably not going to have all the songs on here, but I'm going to go ahead and possibly review one or two of them. I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to put on YouTube at this point, but I think I'll do a couple of them here. And again, I have no idea how this is going to sound. Alan did tell me that he got into his heavy metal vein a little bit on this, so I think it's going to be a little bit harder in terms of the music anyways. Just more, I guess more intense is the way to put it. So I'm excited. I can't wait to listen to this album, and I think it's going to be awesome. Again, I'm not sure at this moment exactly which songs I'm going to put on here, but probably just one or two, and I'll point that out in just a bit. Alright, if you're seeing this, I'm actually going to be listening here to the second to last song on the album at this point, Ghosts of the Future. It sounds like a very interesting title, so we'll see when I cue it up what it sounds like. Here it comes. These little short notes. Sounds really good. I like the contour of that. It's really good. I think they repeat that. Yeah, I like that melody line a lot. Quiet part a lot. I like that, whatever it is, oboe sounding instrument in the background. Advection Stride's really good at that, by the way. It sounds really good. It has a lot of good flow to it. I can get the concept very easily from the music. I love this melody line in the background here. Or not background, actually foreground. They change it up every time, just a little bit. It's got about 15 seconds left. That's definitely interesting. I like that song a lot. I would definitely have to say that like they do a really good job of kind of fading in and out of the notes. And I was hearing this on another song that I was listening to earlier, where they do a good job of making certain notes quiet and other notes loud in a very short part of the song. So it's like one note comes pretty quiet, and then the next one comes a little bit louder, and the next one comes a lot louder, and then gets back to very quiet again. Obviously, that's more difficult to do on traditional instruments than it is on electronic instruments that they're using, but at the same time, the concept, as I was saying before, is really important, and I think that doing that really shows that they're thinking a lot about the music and how it sounds and how it's supposed to sound when it comes across to your ears. They're not just trying to put notes together in a song, and that's one of the things that I really love about Advection Stride. Alright, so I'm actually going to change my formatting about these first-time listens a little bit differently from the way I've done it in the past. So in the past, I tried to only listen to it once and not listen to it again when I was actually recording the video. After I recorded my reaction to it and stuff like that, I tried not to go back to it, and I was like, that doesn't necessarily translate well. Trying to be able to point out what I like about it, because I don't really remember the song very well. So it's hard for me to kind of go back and point it out without listening to it again. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and listen to the song here again, and as I come across an important part, I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I will probably wind up cutting out whatever is not important once I get through everything. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and cue the song up here, and I'll cut to when I get it started. Here we go. Yeah, stop here. So again, what's great about this part is that you can hear a lot of those kind of like short little notes, some of them coming out quieter and some of them coming out louder. And again, as I was mentioning when I was listening to the song, like that really creates an atmosphere, I guess is the best word for it. I don't know. But it creates, a really good semblance of how the music should come across to you. Having notes of different dynamic levels is really important. The other thing it does too is it kind of emphasizes the melody. So the melody really should be heard, but the background notes behind it are really more meant to be felt. And so, you don't really necessarily have to, I guess I can't say it's it's not like you don't have to command those notes, because you do have to command those notes still, but they're not as important to be played out loud and played where people can hear it, because then it wouldn't really separate the melody at all. So I think it's important for them to have different dynamics of small parts of the song. Let's continue. Stop. I really like this melody. It just sounds really cool. Just a few notes, and I think that's really interesting. The interesting part about it is that it's not like a heck ton of notes, but the notes that they are playing are really interesting. And because they move the pitch quite a bit down the second time through, it sounds really cool. I love it coming down to that low B. I think it's really awesome. So let's carry on. I love this instrument in the background. Like I said, I think I have no idea what in the world it is. It sounds kind of like an oboe in a sense. I know it's a synthetic instrument, so it's not necessarily a real instrument, but it sounds really cool. And it gives another different, what's called timbre. Timbre is like the quality of the music in a sense. If it kind of sounds like crisp, or if it sounds echoey or tinny. The difference is basically kind of how full the note sounds. That's what timbre is, and so different notes can be played with different timbres as well, which will make different kinds of qualities of sound. So, bringing in that instrument, whatever it is, was a really good idea because it gives the song another kind of interesting aspect to it. So, carry on. Stop. I think that little keyboard thing in the background is a really cool idea too. Just lots of really cool ideas in this particular song. I think it's really neat because just the things that they picked out to put in this just really sound quite a bit interesting, and having all those different timbres really makes the song pop out at you and keeps your interest, keeps your attention for a long time. Carry on. Stop. There was a change in the melody there. So it was different the first time and the second time, and I'll go back through this when I come back around to it, but that really sounded cool too. So again, it's just all these little things, and I think I mentioned that I probably actually mentioned it on several videos, but my very first video, I mentioned in Waxahachie's song, Brass Beam, they just did a lot of different little things and made little changes, and sometimes those little changes can really make the biggest difference. So let's move on. It was there again. So, alright, I'll move on. And that's the end. So, the end I do wish they had fleshed out a little bit more, but it's not horrible. Kind of bringing things down to a point, I think this is not too bad of an idea. The greatest thing about this song, though, is that it really does an excellent job of exemplifying the theme that Advection Stride decided to use for this. And I really feel like this song is portraying ghosts in that semblance, and it really sounds like Ghosts of the Future. So I really do think this song is pretty aptly titled, and the song is built well around that title. I think that's probably the better way of thinking about it for instrumental songs. That the title is really meant to in general, titles are meant to characterize the essence of the song. What basically kind of like a snapshot of what you're trying to get across. And I think that with instrumental songs, I think it's probably a lot more likely that you have an idea in mind, but you have to figure out how to use the instruments in the best way to portray that idea without using lyrics. And I think that's really, really difficult. I think Advection Stride does an excellent job of that here, and it really does sound like ghosts from the future. So I give them great credit on that. And I do really want to underscore this change in the in this main theme here. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to play the first iteration of it and then the final iteration of it. The first iteration of it they do twice, but the first two are identical. So here's the first one. And here's the last one. Yeah, those subtle little changes, again, are really, really important to me. So I know it's been a couple of times that I've emphasized them. I don't think I can emphasize them enough. I think that's one of the biggest things that anybody can do in a song, is just to make those little tweaks here and there. So now is where I get to the point where I decide whether or not I should nominate this song for the top 20, and I think it should come as no surprise to you guys that I'm going to go ahead and do that. Obviously, as I've been saying, it takes a lot to create an instrumental song that really gets a message along or a story along. So I have a ton of great respect for musicians who do that. Advection Stride's no stranger to doing that, so I really appreciate hearing that from them. And to be honest, this is going to be Advection Stride's third opportunity at the top 20 now. They made it last year, as you guys all know. And we'll see if they make it this year. Obviously, I won't know until the end, so We'll find out. Alright, that's all I have on this song, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Advection Stride for handing me over this album. I know it's a ton of work that you guys put into it, and I really appreciate it all. I've had a great time listening to everything. I know there were definitely some low points, and I know I recommended that to you guys when I talked to you earlier. But to be honest, this song is fantastic. So, y'all, if you haven't heard about Advection Stride, you gotta go and check them out. You can see them on Bandcamp. They have Bandcamp, advectionstride.bandcamp.com. There it is. And as always, I'll link all their social media links in the description below. So you guys can just go and check them out. They have some awesome music. And I'm proud to say that this is actually the first time that a musician sent me over anything without my asking for it. So this is the first time I actually get a musician recommended song on my channel here, which is kind of cool. And, you know, it's an awesome opportunity for all of you musicians out there. If you're watching this, you can recommend your songs to me too and get them featured on the show, potentially. I will guarantee you that if you recommend me anything, I will listen to it. And same goes as if you're a fan. If you know anybody that you love, that you want featured here on the show, send that over to me as well. You can email me here at joshdell'Ariasmusicalescapades@gmail.com, or you can send me a Facebook message or a Facebook post or whatever. Facebook.com/JoshDmusicalescapades is my Facebook page, or you can leave it in the comments here below. One way or another, I will listen to it, and I might give it a... Also, before I forget, I might not have another video up next weekend. I do have a pretty busy week ahead of me, so I don't know if I'll be able to set aside time to reach out to another musician and put something down for them. But I will probably wind up... I might wind up listening to some top 20 potential nominees through the week, and might put up how I'm feeling about those and see if I decide to nominate them or not. I might do a little bit of a special. In any case, thank you all again for watching, and until next time, go make great music, everybody.